Hi, welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate. I'm your host, Charlie Flannery, and my two guests today are, first of all, a very successful TV star and builder, Miss Cindy Stumpo. Cindy, welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate.
Let's talk real estate.
And Bobby Kenney,
How do you do, sir?
welcome
Always
back.
a pleasure.
Always
a
good to
pleasure.
see you
Oh,
again.
Bobby, always
Nice-
trying to put one up on
Nice
me,
to be
okay?
back.
You know,
It's a pleasure to be on with
Bobby's
Cindy.
always doing that. Hi, Bobby, how are you, honey?
Cindy, a pleasure. Nice to see you again.
It's awesome. It's awesome to see you again.
Hi, Charlie.
Yes, yes. Well, you know,
We've worked
What-
together before, so.
it's so funny because the construction business
Yes,
is predominantly men,
yes.
predominantly Italian men, as far as general contractors.
Irish and Italian.
Yeah, and you know, so here you are. You've become an extremely successful builder,
Yep.
which has generated enough of a reputation to earn you your own TV show called Tough as Nails.
Yes, it did.
And you know, how is it like? Do you ever work with guys like Bobby that, I mean, are just like tough to manage? I mean, they're labor intensive, just having them on the site.
Charlie, we have a saying in this company.
Yeah,
The saying will live on forever. I once thought I owned a construction company. I now own an adult daycare center. Do you understand? I have to deal with Bobbies all day long. Okay, the greatest part about my job, the greatest, being a female in construction, I can come right at you.
She
Boys
does, too.
can't hit girls, where I come from. No, boys can't hit girls, so they can't come right back at me.
so, I
So they
mean,
have to just kind of like back off and go, oh, okay, I'll take it out on my wife when I go home tonight.
Scares a lot of guys.
well, you know, Bobby he has some good points, and he and I met on the set of this movie R.I.P.D.
Yeah,
and it's going to be coming out next year.
Okay.
And then
I'm
Bobby.
glad I'm not in that one, thank you. Go ahead.
You missed a good one. And Bobby was telling me that you guys have collaborated on a film called Portico.
Portico,
right.
yes, my name is Sophia Di Martino.
Right.
That was one funny weekend that Bobby and I spent together.
Yeah.
Prior, excuse me,
We had a
to
ball.
taping my part.
Did a great job, too. That's,
I did a horrible job, but that's, Bobby's being very nice right now. He's being
she's
extremely
too
nice.
self-critical. She did a great job.
Okay.
Fit the role perfectly.
Oh, no, the face and the clothes fit the role perfectly. I'm going like this. What was that line again? Give me that line again. I'm
She's
reality.
building 8 houses at a time. No one expects her to remember every line, but she did a good job, real good
So wait a
job.
minute, hold on. I don't know Bobby from a hole in the wall. I call Bobby. Bobby, I need some acting lessons like right away. He's like, okay, Sid, what do you need? I need you to meet me at my office, Chestnut Hill, Sunday at this time. Bobby came. We're looking at the lines, and I'm going, Bobby, this doesn't make sense. And Bobby's like, let me see. He's looking, he's going, you're right. Words were bleeding into each other. Like my tongue was, tight. I'm going, can we change this? Can we change? Anyways, we show up to shoot that day in Salem, and I changed all the lines to everything. I mean, it was just, and then I couldn't remember all the lines I did change. So I'm looking at Bobby, help me,
But you
waving,
had Bobby to fall back on.
She
you know
did
what
a
I
great
mean?
job. It's just that some writers write for, and the words don't flow, so you adjust them accordingly, but she did great. She did
Okay.
great.
As far as I'm concerned, built-in houses, so much easier than doing TV. It
Now-
is. TVs, movies.
What's the average priced home that you build?
If you're gonna average it out, I go anywhere from $1,650,000 up to 30 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you say 30 million?
30 million, yes,
Really?
30 million.
And
Around here?
Actually, I've got a $20 million home going on right now in here, right here, yeah, right in Brookline.
wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
7 in Brookline. It all depends. You don't want to limit your market and be just known as high end. You set your numbers to where you want to be. I don't build $500,000 homes. I don't build tract homes. So our numbers pretty much set at, $1,650,000, $1,700,000, and go all the way up. So
How
You
long,
know-
how long does it take to build a $20 million home? How much time
that
do you spend
home will
on that?
take about 2 years to build.
2
And
years.
we move fast.
And at the same time, you're building other homes as well,
Yeah,
right?
I've got 9, 10 projects going,
At the same time.
absolutely. Yeah.
So there could be a shot for him. I mean, we might,
You know, it's funny,
but let's-
Charlie,
Can we see how the hat looks?
you know, I have a saying.
You know the
We got too
saying.
many starving actors out there, correct?
Yeah.
So we have to lean on something else until like we make it. So I came up with a great idea. Okay? Bobby's a big guy, right? He
Yeah.
can protect me out there. So we put the Stumpo hat on him. And then, hold on,
Yeah.
throw me that.
Sam,
Sam's hiding in the background like usual.
come here, Sam.
And then we throw a C Stumpo t-shirt on him, and he's ready to go. Done.
Come on,
Okay?
I fit this role. This is one role I could step into.
Bobby,
Oh, yeah.
In
yeah.
a heartbeat.
I see him.
In a heartbeat. And
I
then
see him doing this.
the greatest part of it all, I get to torch you like there's no tomorrow.
See, I knew there was something behind this.
She was talking about a leather dog collar.
A leather dog collar. You know what? I love leather. Don't you see my arm?
I'm
Look at my
fond of
arm.
leather myself.
See all this?
Although there is one aspect to leather.
What's that?
One aspect that I was cured of. We talked about it before the show. There's no need to chew our beans twice, you know, but it was a fetish I had.
Is that the way you fold a shirt?
I don't know, I just try to look like I know what I'm doing.
I have, you know
Wow,
something?
thank God you have a wife. Hello.
Do you know something?
I don't know.
Folding a shirt.
Okay,
Just
maybe
tonight.
maybe I need a wife too.
It's an art.
I have watched
I'm not a
so many
girly girl.
women fold a shirt, and no matter what I do, it comes out. I fold it in half and then in half again. But
Yeah.
you know, and I've watched 700 times. Like I just missed that. You know,
You know, it's amazing I can do that. I can't even make you a cup of coffee.
so that's okay. I'm a good cook. But
You
I
want to
guess
get
what you're-
married?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Can
I can
I-
bring home the bacon. I just can't fry it.
I'll be your pool boy. I mean, I cook good Italian food.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I can't have that right now.
Well, that's all right.
Lactose.
We'll work it. We'll work
Really,
them
what
in.
kind of Italian food can you make today without cheese or dairy or anything? I go for dinner now, I'm like this. Ugh, let me get out of here.
Cheese,
There's a
dairy.
pasta, someone I know.
Oh, yeah,
And he's lactose intolerant, and he told me where he got it. But that's just the pasta, then as far as the cheeses and
You
all
can
that.
eat
Yeah, well, you know,
pasta, though,
they're
right?
so cheap.
You can eat pasta.
Yeah, I had pasta last night with olive oil and red hot pepper. That was like my big dinner last night.
Well, you know, I like to cook shrimp with a little bit of garlic and a bit of lemon.
So I'm
and,
eating.
and you know, so now you've totally eliminated dairy.
Yep.
You know, so
Go
that's the honeymoon.
But now you have to
Night
go,
dinner.
at my age, sit in the sun and take vitamin D on your skin, so you're taking in vitamin D, so you're not feeling anxious.
So you don't have that pasty Bob Kenney look, is what you're trying to say.
Oh, I never look like that anyways.
Do I look like that?
With my skin color? No, I'm dark
But
all
out in
year
the
round.
sun.
What are you looking at? Let me see, Bobby.
Bobby has a bar tan.
He's
I try to
Irish.
stay out of the sun as much, you know. I get
Irish
dark.
people can't get that dark. It's
I'm
just not
half
in your
Italian.
genes.
No, I get dark if I stay out in the sun. I'm half Italian.
What is everybody half Italian?
Yes. Or they
What
want
is, like,
He's-
Italians
or
just
they-
kind of blend in with everybody here? I mean,
He's
We'll
half
we'll
Irish.
mate with anyone.
that's it, we're made with anybody.
That's what it is.
Oh, he's
I
half
got-
Irish,
I
half
have the best
Italian.
combination.
What do you?
Well, my kids actually do. We have a saying.
Another saying?
Yeah, we have another
She got a
saying.
lot of sayings.
You're Jewish, half Italian. If you can't buy it wholesale, we gotta steal it. That's the way it goes. It's the way it is, sorry. So I got 2 pizza bagels for kids. And that's it.
But, you know, I think Bobby
Mr.
has
Man.
potential,
As what?
you know?
Bobby, what's the matter? You fixing your hair?
Well,
You know, Bobby, come on, don't be so shallow, okay? It's a hard hat. You put it on your head, you wear it, okay? It wrecks your hair
You know,
all
get the
day.
hat look. That, what do you call it? The hat?
does he have to
hat
join,
head?
would he have to join the union to work?
No, I was union for 10 years. I went in the union sector, well, I was in the residential. I opened up a union company also for 10 years, and I was done.
Oh, so you're
I'm
non-union
done.
now?
Yes, no, I
Okay.
still have my union, I still have
Right.
my samba certifications, but I just like residential. Union is more commercial work, Boston work.
Right, right.
Talking about a bunch of crazy guys out there, gotta love them. There's nothing like union guys. They just.
But
you
as
know
a
what?
residential builder, you don't have to be union. It's not
No,
necessary,
no,
right?
No, absolutely not. No, you can't be you can't be union residential.
Now, I've seen some of the photos of some of the homes that you've built.
Oh, yeah,
I
beautiful.
mean, the craftsmanship, I mean, some of the subcontractors that you have,
Yeah.
they must really be artisans. I mean, can you take like someone like raw material, like a Bobby Kenney, and shape him and mold him and make him an artisan? Can you elevate him in status to like something almost like superhuman?
You know what, that's like saying, can we?
Because
put out-
I've seen you do it
can-
with others.
I,
you know?
yeah, but can we,
Hey, I have a brother that's good like that, but I just don't have the
he has other
talent.
talent. You either, listen,
think-
everybody's born with different talents.
Yeah.
I have guys that have worked with me for since the day I started. I've been building houses since 23. I'm now 48. Do the numbers, 48. But at the end of the day, those guys are just naturally gifted. That's just what they
Yeah.
can do. It's like, give them, let them do a portrait and they're gonna go to town.
Right, yeah.
There are guys in my business, I'm the type of builder that my guys are not replaceable. You get good guys, you hold them. You pay them, you take care of them, you don't bang them out.
No.
Not everybody's replaceable in my business, absolutely not. The good guys are the good guys. It's been tough times the last 4 or 5 years. The good guys are busy.
Yeah.
We're busy.
Yeah.
My subs are busy. We have not felt this at all. Thank God.
Really, huh?
But you know what? That's 24 years plus of a reputation.
Yeah.
And all that means is standing behind your work. It's not that difficult.
Really.
Builder builds a house. It's a great relationship the whole way through, whether it's custom, whether it's speculation. You just made your biggest investment in your life, right? You just spent whatever it is. I don't care if it's a $350,000 condo, and I don't care if it's a $35 million home on Star Island in Florida. That's the biggest investment you're gonna make in your life.
True.
As a builder, how do you not go back and take care of the client? It's all about customer service, like any other business.
They put their life in your hands, essentially.
They're putting their life, they're putting their future, they're putting that you're gonna build their product out right. They're hoping that 2, 3, 5 years down the road, when it's time for the kids to start going off to college, they've got equity in their homes. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on
And
you
the
out
home
there.
is still standing.
The home's still standing, I don't worry about that, my homes are always still
I
standing.
know yours, they don't have,
But
they don't have to worry
again, it's
about that.
reputation, it's references, like any other good business.
It takes a while to build up that word of mouth referral, but if you don't have that, no matter
Charlie.
what, you're out of business.
Listen.
You can't send it up enough mailings, you
No,
can't advertise
no,
enough.
no.
If you don't have somebody saying, go to Charlie, or you gotta call Cindy, or
all
Bobby,
word of mouth.
yeah.
You can see all her work, I mean, you just.
The truth of the matter is that, good news goes very slowly, no one wants to gossip about good news.
Now, these,
Bad news
news.
goes like this, okay? So, no, I've never been sued in construction. In 24 plus years, I've never had anybody.
That's
And if you
amazing.
can find somebody that's ever sued me, let me know. That's keeping a lot of people happy.
No
I have
kidding.
built hundreds of homes.
Yeah.
So that's keeping everybody
That's
happy.
amazing.
But everybody in the office knows the rules. You send a punch list, get out there, you take care of that punch list. I don't care, I don't want to hear 2 words about it, not tomorrow, not 3 days from now. Get out there, take care of it.
Now, I've done some developing, but my homes have been, much smaller and not with all the bells and whistles that
Yeah.
you put in. And what does it cost you on average per square foot? I mean, I know there are a lot of goodies
You know
packed
what?
into that square foot.
That's
you
a,
know?
that's,
What
that
range?
is the hardest question to ask nowadays, only for the fact here. Let's take something that we can all wrap our arms around. Let's take a 3,500 square foot house.
Okay.
When somebody says to me, Cindy, I want 4 bedrooms, that doesn't mean anything to me. Yeah, I can get 7 bedrooms in a 3,500 square foot house, except it's gonna be bedrooms this big. So when you're talking to your builder, you don't say, I want a 4-bedroom house, or a 5, you say the square footage. So let's take 3 houses, and they're all 3,500 square feet. Every one will come in different, for a bottom line number, because the frame is the frame, the concrete's the concrete, the roof is the roof. The insulation's the insulation. The blue board's the blue board. We blue board and plaster. We don't use tape and seam. Once we're past blue board and plaster, the customer controls everything. So if I'm speculating a house and you come in and buy it, you get allowances for your cabinetry, your fixtures, the whole, everything. If I'm custom building you a home, you're picking out what you want. They're all picking out what they want, except there's no allowances.
Right.
And even the clients that get allowances, they'll go above, beyond, take some from here, put it there. Bottom line is what I'm trying to say is that it's all in the finish work. So if you're going with all high-end appliances and all high-end cabinetry and all high-end Brazilian cherry and all exotic woods against the house that we put in still the high, when I say high-end appliances, the Sub-Zeros, the Vikings, all very, I don't think I've ever used anything but those appliances, but there could be a Sub-Zero refrigerator, Sub-Zero freezer, Sub-Zero drawers. I mean, you can just start to spend $40,000 on appliances. And the next guy spends 18. So, of course, all three guys are building a 3,500 square foot house, but you're all gonna be within $100,000 away from each other.
I want,
So there's no such thing as a square foot price now, in my world.
Not in
There is
yours.
a square foot price when you are out there building what they call tract homes. You go into a development, and there's 3 houses to pick from, and they go, okay, this is what we're gonna build you, this is what it's gonna cost, and you're down in Florida, we don't have a lot of tract homes around here. Actually, where I am right now, there could be, because I'm like out in the boonies right now, so it's like, I'm playing.
Yeah, today,
Okay,
yeah.
in Brookline and Newton, we don't have tract homes. So it's all different. Plus, you have to remember, each house, and I've been knocking down houses for 25 years.
that's
'cause
primarily.
we don't have land.
There's no land, that's all I was
I
just
know,
about to
no,
say. Everything's a tear down.
Everything's a tear down. Actually,
yeah.
24 years ago was the first house I ever knocked down. It was on a very expensive road called Dudley Road in Newton. It literally caused traffic jams. People like, she's knocking down a brick home? 25 years ago, as a young girl, I figured out the land was worth more than the house that was built in the 50s. Post-war houses, you know,
That's so antiquated.
they were just thrown up. They weren't, there was no craftsmanship put in. It's like, build them, put them up, let's sell them. You have families moving in. Back then, you know, you have to understand, most families, my clients anyways, they were coming out of areas like Revere, Chelsea, Dorchester, Roxbury. They were trying to give their families a better life, coming to Newton, Brookline. So all of a sudden, these builders had a turn, because they were used to dealing with blue bloods, basically, building massive homes, and the whole area changed.
You had mafiosi coming in from Revere and the North Shore.
Yeah, you
know,
yeah,
sneaking in,
yeah, you had-
trying to pass.
There you
Sneaking in,
go.
For Yiddish.
Yeah,
speak
absolutely,
a little
speak a little
and
Yiddish,
get
speak a little
into-
Jewish.
Get into Newton.
But they got in and they wanted to give their kids a better life, and, you know, that's how Newton basically changed. I moved there in 1978, had a culture shock coming from the North Shore. Absolutely.
Bobby's been spending the past month scraping, painting, what do they call that with the water? High pressure.
I had a pressure washer before
Yeah,
I
really?
painted
Yeah.
the trim, yeah.
For the past month, every time I
Let
talk
me
to
ask you a
him.
question. What's your PSI on your power washer?
2,500.
Good boy, good answer.
Oh, get
Hey,
put
hey,
the-
hey,
put
hold
the
on,
hat-
you're
Put
hired.
the hat on. and
Anything
then-
higher than 2,500, you start, what were you trying to do, peel the paint
No,
off?
well, I have an adjustable tip, so if I want to really get it down to a little fan, I can take paint off. I could take paint off. I used to have a 3,000 PSI truck-mounted diesel
Yeah.
engine, and I could take paint off metal, and I had a contract in Boston with the housing. I used to, the panels up there, I had a 40-foot bucket truck.
Yeah.
And I used to go up and strip the panels down and would spray them, strip them
Right.
down and spray them. But this is just like a home thing, you know, if I had anything stronger, I had a spinning, rotating head, it would just rip the paint off with heat, you know? But nah, this is just, you know, anything loose, because I'm going afterwards and sanding and scraping, you know.
He's been working every day for at least the past month. He's got a beautiful older home in Cambridge.
And he'll keep working on it and working on
And
it.
doing
every
it for
time,
years.
Working on
every
it
time I
and working on
call
it.
him, every day, he's up on the ladder. And like, you know, he's reaching, he's got some device, he's reaching and stretching 12 feet away.
Are you wearing a hard hat?
I got a hot head. I need a hot head.
You got a safety belt on when you're up there?
Oh,
And so you fall and you hurt yourself now what?
I tried to get him to think in terms of, instead of him, a man his age, over 40, you know, shouldn't really be up there on those ladders.
Listen
Wait,
to
wait,
his
hold
idea.
on, hold on. There's a woman at 48, she's
I
still up
know.
on ladders, okay?
Yeah, but
She's
you're
still
not
up-
stretching like, you're in shape.
Oh, really? I'm not
You Look at
stretching?
you, look at you, look at him. You're
I
in
looked like
better shape.
Spider-Man the other day on a roof.
He come up with an idea.
The idea was awesome. You want to tell him about it?
Oh, you tell her.
Well,
First I'm a her, not a him, but go ahead.
A movie, you tell her.
Tell
Okay.
her,
Tell her.
tell him.
I was thinking,
Who's on third?
Bobby, I said, Bobby, you know, why don't you advertise it as you're putting together an independent movie called Painting My House? you could probably get a bunch of actors to show up,
There you go.
either work for
you
non-union
go, not
scale or
bad.
nothing, and promise them speaking
No,
parts.
hold on, we'll just
and-
set up some
and-
fake cameras.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
They think they're being,
And give them, you know, give them a few lines up there, you know.
Yeah, like,
That's a pretty
my
good
roller
idea.
is dry, or something.
Actually do the documentary, you know.
Yeah,
See?
you know, and then you can give them a copy of that for their performance
It'd be
reel.
nice.
You could have gotten the thing done
Saved
for
me a lot
short
of
money,
work.
but he's up there killing
well,
himself.
you know what? Might as well hire somebody. It would have been
mean,
done already.
I hired someone 10 years ago to paint and caulk and scrape, and they, believe me, they didn't do the job.
Oh, you
they
hired a
should.
guy to have a pickup truck with a tool belt.
I'm sanding down, I'm doing it right. I'm replacing it with the synthetic clapboard, you know, the cement board there.
Yeah, cement board's good.
I'm using that. Once I do this, it's over, that's it. I don't have to do
You're
it
done.
again, you know.
You're
But
all
a lot
done.
of the trim got to be replaced. Some of it but I pressure washed the house. Then I decided, nah, I'm just gonna I got that clapboard and I said, you know, I'm gonna do it one time. But a lot of the trim had,
What'd you use, a hardy plank?
yeah, it's
Hardy plank, on the
hardy
exterior?
board, yeah.
Use the hardy
Hardy
plank.
board, that's what it
And
is.
you did it yourself?
Yeah, I've done clapboard before.
Well, siding's easy. You're cutting on hardy plank's very hard. It's a very tough wood.
Yeah, I know.
It's an
Fine.
engineered, man-made. You're gonna go through more.
I know. I haven't started the board. I got it all stripped down. I got the trim
You
painted.
read the directions on that, seriously, so you don't blow your
Well,
warranty.
I did all the trim with the synthetic, the plastic there, the PVC trim.
Yeah, that's the best to use.
You
You'll
know, I
see no
screwed it
rot.
in and I plugged the holes, you know, I got that done.
Again, even with that PVC, you have to follow the manufacturer's
Yeah, I know.
specifications or you will blow your warranty. You gotta use their glue, their nails, their this, their that.
All screws, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Well, you know, there's people that go out there like you every day, and they buy and they spend the money on the right material, and they do a half-decent job, except because they didn't follow the manufacturer's specifications,
it blows the
and-
warranty.
warranty's done.
Yeah.
So if there's a problem out there, they're not gonna back them.
Yeah, I know, I've been through that with the carpets in the carpet business. They don't use the right glue, the right tackless or whatever.
That's it.
They'll come down and years later, they'll rip it up, test the glue. Oh, it's not our glue, boom, that's it.
Yeah.
If there's any way they can waltz on the deal, they're
Oh,
like the insurance
yeah.
companies, yeah. If there's any way they can waltz, they're skipping. Or as my mother always says, scappa vi, it means run away in Italian.
But what I do all day long, you guys can never.
I wouldn't
Never.
attempt it. I wouldn't attempt to
Never.
run a crew like that. God bless you, I don't know how you do it, I really don't.
Look, try to imagine this. You're working, your average day starts in construction 7 o'clock. Okay, summertime, there's no stopping. We'll just keep going because we have the daylight, it's warm, we're happy to be out there, we've just had a long winter. Now put what I'm doing, put those hours into 8, 9, 10 houses. Then all of a sudden, you're taping a reality TV show on
Yeah, I
construction.
mean,
I'm
how did
going,
you do that, too?
I did it. Ended up pretty sick afterwards, but did it. But you just get to a point where you know your body just can't do both. This was a real company. And that's what most of America found out. They went, wow, this woman runs a real company. I have people that will send me pictures of houses that I built 10, 12, 15, 18 years ago. They'll do sky shots, they'll find it, they call them, I don't even know what they do, how they find them. And they post them on my social media network, and I'm like, oh, I built that house like 17 years ago, how'd you find it? But at the end, it's so hard to tape a TV show. This is not,
And get all that done.
and get it all done, and meet clients. And of course, my type of clients, they don't want to be on TV. So they want to be in the, they don't want to really.
Yeah, like,
You know,
where'd you
a
make
few.
all
The
that
money
money?
came from the Cayman, that was my first thought, the money came from the Cayman Islands.
So they're just, no, they're very,
What's this check from Bain Capital?
they're very private
For 10
people.
million, I
Yeah,
don't know.
they're private people, and, but, we will move forward. It's just, I'm the one holding back right now. I got everything in standstill right now. I have everything going, I'm just stuck at that yellow light right now. I'm ready to go green, then when I think I'm gonna go through the green, I wait for the yellow to turn red again.
I mean, as far as the show.
Yeah, you get a lot of mixed you get a lot of mixed feelings. It's the first time in the last 3 years, the last 6 months, I've had my life back, which is really a great feeling.
by
Somewhat.
not having to do the show.
It's not about that. You have to do all these events, Bobby, and you're
Yeah,
traveling.
right. I know. I
and
met you at
going,
one. I know.
And you're going, and it's, you know,
Constant.
you gotta be here, and you gotta be
People
there.
always
and,
asking, can
and
you
they-
be here? Can you come here? Can
You know,
go-"
my thing is, I like real people. That's
Yeah,
me. I like it real. Keep it simple, keep it real.
So I could keep the home fires burning while you were out and about
Yeah.
doing these types of things,
Yeah, I was
just
there,
cooking. I
There
mean,
wasn't a weekend I was home for 3 years.
who-
And then the
see,
show went to
the
Canada,
relationship
and
can
then
last
all of a
forever.
sudden you're, now you're promoting the show in Canada, and you're promoting, So it's just like, it takes up so much of your time. You have to decide, okay, do you want be a celebrity? Nah, okay, I don't really care about that. I care about this company that I built for 24 years, hoping one of my kids,
Right.
unless,
One of them.
well, one, the other one's gonna leave for Europe to play golf, but the other one, Sammy, hopefully will wake up around
Hopefully.
30 and realize I want to do this for a living. Other than that, then maybe I should just go to TV and just take all the endorsements and,
Did the
working.
show get you a lot of exposure for your company? Did it?
No.
Not that you needed
No,
the
Bobby.
help.
No. Actually, the show could have worked against me in the long run. It was wonderful that people where I build all knew Cindy Stumpo. They know who she is, what she is, her reputation. We'll talk about her in the third party, only for the fact because there's, I never talked about myself in the third party until Tough as Nails,
Right.
because that's one Cindy,
character, right.
and then there's the real Cindy. And people say, why do you talk in the third? I don't know how else to
Right. No,
decipher
I
which
can
Cindy we're
understand that,
talking
yeah.
about here.
Right.
So I ran a joke on my social media networking. Cindy Stumpo is now friends with Cindy Leonard Stumpo.
Yeah.
And I was having a
you
conversation going back and forth. You think I was bored? But the truth of the matter is, there is two Cindys. The one that's out there running a major company that is under the gun 24/7. That phone doesn't shut down for a minute. And then there's that other Cindy that goes, okay, put the gown on, get dressed, go endorse a wine, go endorse this, go do that. And you start to
Go
realize.
do a movie with Bobby Kenney.
And
Oh,
then
do I have to?
Now, we got this movie with Bobby coming out. Like I said, Portico, that I did a really horrible job on. I definitely
Keep
built
saying
houses
that. Where do you
there.
see the movie? She did great. She
Okay.
looked great, did great.
Look, the only thing that looked good was I fit the role, okay? You had that.
You were
had
perfect
that,
for the role.
You had that, you got that look. Sean found that look. He found exactly the look he needed.
Oh, good. Did a
Who
great
was,
job.
who was the director?
Sean Doherty, wasn't
Sean Doherty, I guess.
And Matt?
Matt Dumont produced.
And
it.
when's
They
that,
were
when's
produced.
that gonna be coming out for the folks?
It's in post-editing, who knows, Charlie? They sometimes a
Some
year,
days.
sometimes two. It depends on who's doing the editing. And I don't know.
I wish you guys,
Can I
I
tell you
wish you
something?
guys,
I think it's good. I think it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
I
I
can't-
do
I
too.
can't-
Only
wait.
because I'm in it that I think it's a pretty.
You added the ice cream to the cake.
that's right. Listen, I can't believe we've already chatted our way through
See?
30 minutes. I mean, it's
There you
just
go.
flown by. And
Already, huh?
I'd like to thank you for coming by
Charlie, it
today.
was wonderful. And I
out
gotta
here
tell you
to the
something.
hinterlands. And please take my offer seriously as far as the pool boy.
I will, but if
house-
I knew we were gonna wear hats and Hawaiian shirts, okay, I would've came half like shorts on. I'm
Oh,
under the
next time.
desk.
I'm not even wearing pants, but
See,
no one can see with
Oh
me.
my
but
God, I had
that's-
to just look down.
Bobby,
He's
thank you.
not, hold
It's a
on,
pleasure.
folks,
He's
he is not wearing pants. I just looked down
Charlie,
for the
she
first
ain't
time.
got nothing on me.
Hold on. Charlie, move this aside,
Always
put
a
this down.
pleasure.
So, listen, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in today to Let's Talk Real Estate. And
How's my
if
boy here
if
looking? Moving over here.
if you'd like to be a guest, now this is how I
Hi,
found these
Bobby,
people.
how are you?
If you'd like to be a guest, send an email to letstalkrealestate@verizon.net, and in the subject line, put "be a guest" and give me a little thumbnail of what you'd like to talk about, and we may have you on here one day on Let's Talk Real Estate. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. Stay safe.